Hello friend, welcome back to Auto Resource YouTube channel. You are looking with me on the 2006 Honda Civic. I got another service approved on that, and that gives me great opportunity to have another video for you. And as you saw in the title, this one will be about the replacing spark plugs. And the spark plugs on this engine are very easy accessible. You can see here 4 coilovers, right, on this 1.8 liter VTEC engine. So we will start with removing those coils. Of course, before starting the service, you need to have those spark plugs, the new ones, ready. When you will go buy them, there will be many options, and I will give you some very good advice. Please stick with the spark plugs which are mentioned in your owner's manual. In this case, the Civic is using those NGKs, right? I made absolutely sure that the number is matching with the number which is in the owner's manual, and also the spark plug which is inside of the engine, because I first pull one to just see how old it is. Now you might be tempted to buy some Autolite or something cheap. My advice to you is don't skip money on this. If you keep this vehicle, buy the ones which belong there. It's very important. Now, how you start? I will use my tool with 10mm socket, and I will take off this little nut. After that, I will go ahead and unhook this electric wire. So you just push on that, you hear it, it click, and you just pull it off. And voila, here nicely comes the coil out. To remove spark plug itself, I have nice deep snap-on 5/8 spark plug tool, right, plus extension. So I will enter it inside, feel the spark plug. Here comes another very important advice to you. I will highly recommend you not to use power tools in this moment, because you don't know how tight that spark plug is inside and if it's not stuck. Using the impact wrench, you can easily break that spark plug. You will have it stuck down there and you are in the big trouble. Here we go. Here you can see the spark plugs were really worn. This is the one I removed previously, and that's why the owner approved this repair. So here come the new NGK, right? Exactly identical numbers. I compared that. It's always still good, right? No matter what you do, it's always good to put them next to each other. You can see that they are a perfect match. Another advice from me to you: don't you try to adjust the gap between the tips. These are iridium, super expensive spark plugs. The gap is preset at the factory, and that's the way it is. And this is what I love to do when I'm installing brand new spark plugs. I love to use this copper formula anti-seize, and I will put extremely small amount of it on the spark plug threads. Of course, I have to make sure I will not touch the spark plug tips, right? So as I said, tiny amount, absolute minimum, and I will use my finger, put it in those threads, and that will prevent the spark plug seizing in the cylinder head in the future. I hope you can see in detail here how little of that anti-seize I used, and I made absolutely sure it's not on the tip of the spark plug. So now I'm finally ready to install the spark plug in this wrench, right? There's that rubber thing inside, so it nicely holds it for me, and I will carefully insert it, not hitting anything with the tip, right, and feel the thread. And I will go only by hand. Again, don't use any power tools for this. There is possibility of damaging the thread, and that will be a huge problem. And now comes the question, right? That was hand tight, but what will be the torque for that spark plug? And in general, on Toyotas and Hondas, I stick with 18, which is 1/8 Newton meters. So you can see here my very precise snap-on torque wrench, right? And I will apply those 18 Newton meters, and that will make sure that I will not over-tight it, yet the spark plug will be nicely secured. So let's listen for the sound of the torque wrench. Not yet. Here we go. So now I know the spark plug was correctly torqued. I can remove my tool. I'm ready to carefully install this coil back. Right, here is that bolt and the nut goes on it. For this I can use, if I'm in hurry, right, my wrench by using on the low setting so I will not break it. Right, this is perfect. I have to not forget to hook that wire back until it clicks. You heard it. And basically the first spark plug out of 4 is finished. Now I have to go and just repeat exactly the same on the other 3. I hope you will agree this is very easy procedure, right? And when it got approved by the customer, I was happy because that gave me opportunity to film it for you and show you how easy it is. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumb up and make sure you are subscribed because I have way more coming your way soon. Thanks for watching and have a great day, my friend.